Never down, always up and getting up, never down. Greetings to our leaders from Gauteng Sports, Culture and Recreation, everyone who's here. Greetings to City of Joburg who are assisting us with libraries. Greetings to all my fellow speakers who are here. Greetings to all the panelists, our program directors. Greetings to all of you ladies and gentlemen. Me to be here today. Yesterday we were here and we had a great time. So today we're talking about taking total ownership of your money. You see, here's our reality. I think I did mention to you yesterday that I grew up in Soweto from a poor background. Up to you how you want to bracket yourself. Everyone can be poor and think being poor is a great thing. I hate poverty. I hate poverty. Mankula bengithengisa amalahle, and I knew that if it was to be, it is up to me. I remember I was in a queue to buy my. Yeah, man, that's why this queue is so long. There's a guy from the Goliath. So I got to the front of the line, being angry, opened my newspaper. There was a star next to my name. So, thank you. So it's possible. It's possible for everyone to turn their lives around. You see, it doesn't matter whether your parents are educated or not. What matters is what do you do with what you have. And for me, using what you have will set you apart. Now, let me tell you about this thing called money. You know, one thing I love about money is that we all love money. Our opinion about money is common. No one would say, "Aye, mina ngifuni." Oh, but maybe let me test. Let's test it. No, relax. It's called test 1, 2. So what is this? 200 note. Do you want it? Do you still want it? Do you still want it? Why do you still want it? So it has not lost its value. So even with you, sometimes there are situations that will make people to do that to you. Sometimes was of gawk and just funny. But guess what? Your value still remains. So here's the statement. The statement says, you don't make money. It is already made. You attract money by using the skills that God gave you. So all of us, we go out there to attract money by using the skills that God gave us. But here's the are afraid to use our skills to attract money. Here's the statement. Money says, earn me, forget everything. Time says, follow me, forget everything. Future says, struggle for me. God simply says, just remember me. So there's a guy who's a fisherman. He would hoil his bait, and every time he hoils his bait, he'll catch a fish. And every time he catches the fish, he takes out the ruler to measure the fish. If the fish is equal to the ruler, he hoils it into the box. If the fish is smaller than the ruler, he hoils it into the box. If the fish to the water. And he kept doing this for about three hours. A guy was sitting over there, saw him and said, no, I know it's none of my business, but please tell me, why are you holding the fish back to the water? The guy said, I don't like cutting my fish. You see, at home I've got a small to my ruler. So anything equal to my ruler will fit in my frying pan. I'm here to say to you, my friend, your frying pan is your mindset. If your frying pan will be small, but when you change your frying pan and you get a bigger frying pan, it means your mindset changes. Which means whatever fish you catch, you put it into your box because you... Let me tell you, I always say this, there are people who are selfish and yet they've got no fish to sell. If you don't have any fish to sell, there are three types of people. The first ones, I call them undertakers. These are negative people. They are negative by any means necessary. Like the word says, undertakers, they will take you anything good in you, not because there's a problem with you, but there's a problem with how they look at life. The second ones, I call them caretakers. These ones are neither hot nor cold. They are in between. In English, I say they are dig. Now something about caretakers, when they are with you, they say bad things about your other friends. And when they are with your other friends, they say bad things about you. These are people, when someone says we might sit down, they sit as well. But inside they are standing. These are caretakers. But I want to introduce you to the third ones. I call them risk takers and I also call them overtakers. These are people who say it doesn't matter how you start, it matters how you finish. These are people who say in the game of life, spectators make the most noise, players don't. You boo them, they keep playing. You say about them, they keep playing. You post about them on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok, they keep playing. You know why? They've understood the principle about life that you at the same time. You have to make a decision. Am I a player or am I a vuvuzela blower? Here's the indictment. Some of us are here, but we are not here because we are here. We are here because a friend of ours said they are coming here, and we decided to join them. Though you may have arrived here because of your friend, but I'm here to say to you, make it a point that your own transformation. You cannot live your life as a passenger. You cannot live your life as you owing someone your success. But live your life so that you can be like a light that is shining. Professor Carol Dweck speaks about two types of mindset. The first one, she calls it a fixed mindset. A fixed mindset said, my things are not going well, things are not happening for me, my family is struggling as well, so get better. But, and then she then speaks about the growth mindset. So the growth mindset said, even though I may have been born poor, but I'm not gonna die poor because I'm gonna do everything possible to change my destiny. I'm here to say, always be a person who's always growing. Because there are three types of attitude. Attitude number one is the attitude of gratitude. This is where you are thankful about the fact that you are alive, you are thankful that and you are thankful that you have a plan. But attitude number two is the attitude of generosity. What do you give to others to impact their lives? What do you give to others to ensure that their lives don't remain the same? But number three is the attitude of growth. And for me, this talks to the word grow, G-R-O-W, which stands for get right on working. If you don't work it, it won't work for you. But you've got to always work it. And it's important that you change your mindset so that you can change your life. You see, financial goals. Everyone, when you've got money, you need to know that financial goal number one must be discipline. If you don't discipline yourself, you will waste the little that you have. But if you discipline yourself, you will invest the little that you have. And when you little that you have will become more. So it's important that you always invest in you. You are the best and the greatest asset ever. Number two, have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you will do things that others are doing. But if you've got your own plan, even when they do what they are doing, you will always be driven by the appetite that you have and by the blueprint of your plan that you have. Number 3, don't be a person who depends in bonds. In a bond. Yabona ukubhatala bond yendlu. Do your best to use your money wisely so that you can own properties. I knew it. You have to own. I said, no, but I'm still at school. You are finishing. So have a plan. So that you don't just live life. Nice time, but celebrate greatness that you are doing. You're always in nice time, but there's nothing nice that is happening in your life. So you must be celebrating because of what you are achieving. Number 4, get out of debt. And I know where our parents said, no, but I'm here to say, don't live to owe others. Let me go to the Bible. The Bible in the book of Romans chapter 13 verse number 8, the Bible says, owe no man nothing but love. You didn't know that, ne? It is the Lord your God who gives you the power to acquire wealth. Now let me tell you, there's a difference between being wealthy and being rich. Being rich is like a river, but being wealthy is like an ocean. And all rivers go to an ocean. So don't seek to be rich, seek to be wealthy. To change the mindset. You know, when we change the mindset, we begin to realize that the way you use your time creates streams of income. Let me go back to the Bible. Genesis chapter 2 verse number 10. The Bible says there were 4 streams in Eden. As beautiful, as awesome, as flourishing the Garden of Eden was, it was watered by 4 different streams. So what makes you think that one salary, one you know what is the plan? The plan to be forewarned is to be forearmed. And you will do things that you need to do. Number 7, have health goals. Health goals are important. Leave a legacy. Guys, look at Mark Zuckerberg, for instance. He's made it through what? Facebook, right? Us are on Facebook and we are great on Facebook. We've got to face our books. We are taller, so don't be on Facebook. So face your books first, then when you're on Facebook, you are trending because you are doing well in terms of your books. Yeah. Guys, let's do that and master that. Have an educational plan. Can I tell you something? Yes, please. When you are doing it, they don't understand that you are influencing. So your ideas are across the globe because everyone in the world just come in, and every time they come in, they find new stuff, they keep coming back, and guess what happens? You're making money. Guys, I don't know if on internet don't even have a plan. And the people who are making money are not telling us that they are making money. Did you tell them that you're making money? No, be honest, man. Be honest. It's a Friday, man. Is it not a Friday today? It's a Friday, no? When are you making money so hard? Yes. No, the thing is, we don't talk about these things. And I'm going to share something about 5 forms of wealth. Let's talk, Otiam.
Yes, sir.
Money issue.
Yes.
A person who's got over 10,000 people on a podcast.
Yes.
Makes around how much?
Ooh. I'll be very honest.
Yeah.
YouTube, ne?
Yeah.
In my adverts.
Sure.
And they
sure.
But what you do have when you've got 10,000 and you can have your own products,
sure,
or you can have other people's products, sure, being marketed, sure, on your podcast, sure, and they pay for that.
Sure.
That directly goes to you.
Sure.
And you can charge. If you can prove that these 10,000 people will support this product.
Sure.
So,
are you listening? Are you listening?
No, man.
So when you or on social media, you think they are just playing. They are not playing.
How much? It depends, guys, how much. You can make... Okay. We've got, right now,
something about money. Have you noticed that money always gravitates towards... when you respect you. So what's your take?
Streams of income. You obviously need multiple streams of income. And like you said, take care of your money, because money is an energy.
So when you say multiple, the word multiple comes from the word multiplier.
Yes.
Okay? So it comes from the word multiplication.
Yes.
So you cannot survive just dividing.
No.
Come on. You've got to multiply.
You have to multiply.
Yeah.
I'm a DJ, I MC, I'm a speaker, I'm a music producer, and a podcaster. So those are 5.
Malakay 5.
Yes.
Malakay 5.
Malakay 5.
It's impossible to have a 5. It's impossible. Uhola all the time. Not guy 5. Let me break it down for you. Let me break it down. The reason why we're bringing this is so that you open your mind and you don't limit yourself. Some of you will be going to study at university. While you are at university, use your time to make extra money. Ungalali. So angithi mina I'm a speaker, ne? So when I go to organizations, for my 30 minutes, a certain amount of money.
How much?
So let me break it down like this and say to you, when my voice comes out, it is accompanied with an invoice. So it's a voice invoice type. You know what's difficult with that question?
I told this a difficult question.
There are different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
I promise you, yesterday before I came here, I was in a meeting with an organization. Yesterday, we mapped a plan, what I'm gonna do for them. Just minimum, I'm gonna do 30 sessions for them. And per session, I haven't decided how much they will pay. But let me tell you even more. Per session, each and every person who comes to my training will have one of my books. And just the book alone would be 200 Rand per session. And the book has got nothing to do with the fee that they pay me to speak. Yeah, the book is a side hustle if you like. But it's not a side hustle because it's mine. But it's a side hustle, you know. So why am I telling you this? I'm here to say, you guys have got an advantage over us. You guys are younger. You guys are smarter. You guys have seen where we have done it and where we have failed. You guys can just fine-tune this thing and work. But you know what is the biggest problem? Most of us are lazy. Especially when people are talking about money. Have you noticed that a idea will make me a multimillionaire? You don't even ask, so minangena kanjani landa? Do you get what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
No, I need to know. Yeah. I can bring the mics. I will bring you my countrymen. I will bring you my lapel. I will bring you my cordless. I will ensure that the studio senu kune desk. The desk mina ngizolibhaya. Mina niyangikhafa for the desk lami studio. Do you get what I'm saying? The difference between them and you, it's the fact that they are thinking. And thinking is an ancestor of every action. Let me tell you, wealth does not start in your wallet. Wealth starts in the mind, and hard work, smart. Then it goes into your bank account. But our problem, we think, you think about an idea today, tomorrow you're a billionaire or a millionaire. Sure, sorry. It's a process. Form of wealth number one is not money, but knowledge. And I speak about it in my book. Knowledge is form of wealth number one. Knowledge is power. Number two, your work ethic. Your work ethic understand? And people don't understand. You need that energy to attract the audience that wants your energy.
Yep.
And the audience that would want to be associated with you. Me crazy, me. I promise you. Me crazy with a capital letter. Your work ethic is important, but number three is then money. When we talk about money, that's when you need to have at least 4 financial revenue streams. Not 4 at least until to 12. You know why? If you've got one stream, because streams are like, there are, you know that there are 4 seasons in a year. And have you noticed, Kuti, it's winter for us now. Even if your business was doing well, your business cannot thrive right now. Do you understand? So you need other streams so that you are able to make more money. So number 4, it's network. You must turn your networks into net wealth. You must turn your contacts into contracts. Yesterday, when we were negotiating a deal, I happened to be there because a guy that I knew in 2011 is the one who he started there last year, but he only opened the door last month. I went to speak at their session in the Val, and the rest is history. Now we are talking serious monies. And this guy is a friend. So I'm saying to you, check. You cannot hang out with the complainers and think you'll be an eagle. No, forget it. You need people who are like-minded, people who are going somewhere. People. No, let's discuss ideas. How do we make it happen? You know, and make money through rental. So what must I do?
But I'm not a real estate. He knows the answer, and those are legal.
I'm saying, here's my point. My point is, let's have profitable conversations.
Yeah.
Let's not waste each other's time. It's like this thing umuntu ukala nokubona aseyatshela ukuthi uyakuthanda ukuthandana. Sifikeni mikota. You know, there's a song that says Cape Town to nowhere. You know Cape Town to nowhere? It's a song, man. Others they say take time to know her.
Oh. Yes.
Okay, but you don't care whether people take time to know you or not. Because if a person comes to you and atumushe, just say thanks. Nami ngibonile lento iconfirm.
Yes, yes.
It's usually a confirmation, guys. Kanti Moses spinning usuke wenzani? Because the mirror tells you the truth. You are not being arrogant. You are not being arrogant. All you are trying to do is to say, let's get this conversation right. You've just confirmed something, at least tick 1 point for you for confirming the truth, the reality. I also saw it. I could not smell my perfume as Pilini, Maris Bonile. Do you get what I'm saying? People who are wasting your time. Your time is your greatest currency. But number 5, persistence. You need to persist until you make it. Guys, let me tell you, there are doors that they've closed, open, but I'm thankful. But those few doors that opened, some of them became sliding doors. Let me give you an example. One time I was speaking for Vodacom in Polokwane, and they told me, Linda, we've got your invoice, but we can't afford this invoice for this gig that we are going to. So please, free on the day, we will give you this much for petrol. We will book for you at the Fusion Hotel in Polokwane. And I said, no, let me go. I'm available, Mos. I went. They gave me the petrol money. Price the petroleum money, it was good money. But let me tell you, after my talk there, I spoke for 12 minutes. The lady who told them about me showed me a WhatsApp. The WhatsApp said, thank you so much. Linda was the event. Guess what? The next gig I got from Vodacom was a 4-day gig. They paid me for each day.
How much?
I know. This book, You Are Wired to Win. They bought 2,200 copies of this. But here's my point. Here's my point. My point is, when someone says to you, we are quick to say, I bang to I. Get in, see what will happen. And I've seen the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. They said that they're flexible, for no matter how much they bend, they never break. So you got to be flexible of money. Guys, I'm challenging us to say, have investments. Yo, but this is too much for a Friday. Yeah, it's a... Have investments, guys. For you, even when you are asleep. Hey, I am fire. Okay, all right. Let me give you money principles with regards to a watch. What you watch. Number 1, what do you say about yourself? What do you say about your money? Number 2, what's your attitude? What type of attitude do you possess? Number 3, what's your thoughts? What are you thinking? If you don't think, you'll stink. I like the way you opened your eyes. C, what's your company? But H, what's your habit? Your a lot of money, but your habits can make you successful. Watch your habits. Don't read because you are bored. Read because you've got an intention to gain something. Guys, our internet today. Do you know that a person with an MBA and you, the difference is can have an MBA and do nothing with the MBA, and you don't have MBA, but you are pushing, you are hustling, and you are until your networks are working for you, then your life will never be the same. I'm challenging you. I'm challenging you. Yesterday I took them home. Today we are nigga. There's little Malega Mata, it's nigga. Relax. No, don't tell effect. So relax. Let me tell you in about 3 things: the carrots, the eggs, and the coffee beans. When you take the carrots and you hold them in boiling water, what happens? They get soft, right? When you raise the temperature, they get even more soft, and hold them in boiling water, what happens? They get hard. When you raise the temperature, they get even more harder, they start to crack. But when you take the coffee beans and you hold them in boiling water, what happens? They dissolve. They change the water into coffee. And when you raise the temperature, and the smell of the coffee, come and get me. I'm here to say, you are not like a carrot, you are not like an egg, you are like a coffee bean. It doesn't matter how boring your situation is. When you get inside your situation, but you are a thermostat. A thermostat sets the room temperature. When people say it cannot be done, you say, I'll be the first one to do it.
Interested into seeing as to what else is in store and what you wrote about how to make money. I'm
So guys, all I'm asking us to do, let me tell you guys, we always think wealth is for others, not for us. And I'm saying change your mindset and change your life completely. You are wired to win. You are sentenced to succeed. You are destined for greatness. You are unique. You are. No one can do what you do the way you do it, especially especially when you are doing it. You are a kind. So please, stop phoning others. Sometimes just take your phone and phone yourself. And say hi in your regular day. It's important. It's more important than anything. When people try to bring you down, but you keep talking to yourself and say, I'm unique, I'm one of a kind, I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, which means I'm piteously and meticulously made. Guess what? When you say those is listening to you. And guess what? Everything in the universe aligns. You see, because alignment accelerates assignment. So I'm challenging us, guys, please turn your stumbling blocks into stepping stones, into breakthroughs. Turn your odds into ads. Turn your mess into a message. Turn your misery into mastery. Turn from being a victim until you become a victor. Turn your defeat into delight. Turn your rejection into direction. Turn your tragedies. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. What an inspiration. Oh my word. Ubablinda Ntuli is such. Thank you, DJ. Yo, Ubablinda Ntuli is such a powerhouse, guys. Yo. I mean, the man speaks. We are so blessed, to have him here for 2 days. The man speaks all over the country, full venues. From selling coal to selling out venues like J. Cole. Our next speaker also is such an amazing guy, guys. Very inspirational. The man lost his legs. Life didn't lose his vigor to succeed. Help me bring on stage the amazing, the inspirational, the relentless Dumelo Koza. Round of applause.
And I just want to attest to Mantu Ahayore. Midrand is a powerhouse. Keopola in 2012, during my first year at Northwest University, Val Triangle, we were given Sacrifice to Greatness, if I'm correct. And yeah, it's one of the books that I read before I became an author myself. So yeah, I'm sure you guys are wondering what happened. So I'll just give you guys a short story about my background and where I come from. In 2017, right after my media exams, June exams, I went to a friend that I was going to school with, and when I got back from the friend, I boarded it to Sebokeng, where I stay. And I don't know if there's anyone here who's ever been to a train, but you would know that when you get off or get on a train, there's always a door, because everyone wants to go in and everyone wants to get off. Fortunately, on the day, I got a push from behind and I tripped on the train door and I fell between the platform and the train. A lot of people realized that I had failed, and just as they were trying to get me out, the train started moving, and somehow it had a heavy pull on me, and I just and then from there I went completely unconscious. But from what I understand is that the people managed to scream and the train driver stopped the train. And when the paramedics arrived, they presumed me dead because the train had cut off my left leg. Fortunately, my family arrived and my grandmother insisted on seeing me. And from what I'm told, she got there and started discharging my clean. I opened my eyes, and so I don't know what happened. The next thing, I woke up in a hospital casualty with my and my aunts who were crying, and yeah. Then the following morning, I was told by the doctors that unfortunately my right leg will have to be amputated. So that is how I lost both legs. So I want to tell you guys a story about how then from losing my legs. So obviously I had to drop out of school because now I couldn't go to school. I was on a wheelchair and I had to and because I had a lot of time to kill at home, that is when I started reading consistently. Not that I had not been reading before the accident, I was still reading, but it was only after the accident. And after, I think a few months, I read my first book. But the book, I had written it even before my accident. So it was a book, it's a memoir that had nothing to do with my accident. I think a few months after that, I started documenting everything that I remembered about my accident. I started documenting it with the purpose of later publishing it into a book. I had the strength to start reliving those moments. So I just made some notes and abandoned them for a while until I had some strength to go back into them or to revisit them. So so while I was reading books and all that, one of the books that I was reading, an Australian guy who had lost both his, who was born without arms and legs. Yeah. And because of that, or because of the information that I was consuming from the book, I was at least revived. So in essence, what I'm saying is that maybe your challenge is not a train accident. Maybe you did not lose both your legs, but it's inevitable that each one of us, every once in a while, we encounter problems in our own lives. But unfortunately, it is those who are uninformed that are more likely to lose the battle. So I did not get I'm the strongest person. And I always tell the people that I did not get to this point because I was strong or anything like that. I got here because I armed myself with a lot of information. And that is how I was able to challenge the status quo. There are a lot of things that I was told when I got to the hospital, from the doctors predicting how long I will be in hospital, and I disagreed with them and told them that, but I've read somewhere it happened in a different way than what you guys are telling me. And I told them that I will have a different outcome to what you guys know. So when I was at home, there were days, weeks, and months when I just felt like giving up, because I had a perfect excuse to give up. So it would have just been a case of a guy who fell under a train and lost his legs and then disappeared. So it was a perfect exit excuse for me. So yeah, I could have easily done that. But after reading those books, I took a decision to learn more about how I can move forward and be exposed to new possibilities. And reading those books made me realize that I did not invent the disability that I'm living in. I realized that there are people in the same or even worse situations than I am. So somehow I sulk and throw a pity party for myself. So that is how reading helped me. And even my confidence started going up. And when you have confidence, even if it's just for that, after that time, after reading a book or being inspired by the book, you begin to stand. And sometimes just taking a small step will make things happen, because there's a saying. So I started making that move. That gave me the momentum. And one thing about reading that I have learned is that it gives you wisdom when you read books. And wisdom is prophetic, because it warns you of things that are likely to happen in your life or in the surroundings. But my brain remains my most powerful asset and weapon. And during that time when I was at home, I had a choice on what to feed my brain. And I decided to feed it with positive things that are going to be for my own betterment. So I also realized that nothing feeds the stereotypes, or nothing fuels stereotypes like ignorance. So if you are ignorant, reading up on whatever that you are going through, or just reading in general, then you have no what else is doing. Abuti Linda spoke about how powerful the internet is in this day and age. So it is your own choice as a person to use it to your full potential so that it can benefit you and your own life. So I'm not saying that I made it this far because of books or reading alone. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that, I'm not saying because of books, because there were obviously other contributions, personal qualities, and taking steps. So, but reading books increased my chances of beating the odds. And not just books, because I feel that sometimes you'd find that there's a person who reads or who likes reading, but when they see the size of a book, they just get. Just read whatever it is that comes your way. Whether it's a newspaper article, whether it's a magazine, obviously you're going to learn something from there. So that is how literature in general contributes. So someone once said that if one reads enough books, one has a fighting chance. So let us remember that it's not the adversity in your life, it is how you deal with it. I chose not to get angry at the adversity in my life. I chose not to curse it, I chose not to insult it, and I chose not to throw tantrums. Instead, I chose to take a deep breath and made my research about it, and eventually I managed to overcome it. And that's why today my life story no longer reads like a nightmare that I was telling you guys about when I first stood here. But so today I'm an author of 3 books. And I currently work as a learning facilitator at a training center in Lyndhurst, right here in Joburg. And I also managed to go back to school to complete my LLB, which I had accident. Yes. So in closing, I just want to say that, like I said before, that it is not only books that, but just reading your books or just being facing your books, like Linda said, just facing your books increases your chances of beating whatever odd that you are facing in your life right now. And like I said, that your challenge might not be similar or not even close to what I went through, but you arming yourself with information, arming your most powerful asset, which is your brain, with whatever information that there is to find, increases your chances of succeeding. It increases your chance or your chances of reaching that goal that you so want. It also increases your chance of changing your life. So I will end there. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tumelo and I thank you for having me.
Can I call on the panel back to stage? Everyone who is speaking. Your name, Mr. Patrick. Ms. Katleho, Mr. Soli, Mr. Linda, Mr. Tumelo. Okay guys, we're just going to have some Q&A session. Now this is an opportunity where you get to ask everyone whatever you want to know. Let us use this time to ask our guests anything that presentation they were making. As we're waiting for our other panels to come on stage, I want to sing that song that he composed yesterday, just to close off what Mr. Tumelo was saying about reading books. Masambe no no.
Masambe no no.
Yeah, I'm gonna go around for Umbuzo. You can ask anyone on the panel about anything you've heard today. Be the guys from NYDA, PEG Foundation, Gauteng Enterprise Propeller, Harambe. Okay, there's a question here.
Okay. Hi everyone, thank you very much for the opportunity to give out our questions. Basically my question is, what is it? It's in the organizers of the event, in the Department of Information Services. Basically, as like Vyashmuti, there's a country that I read on Twitter, there's like where out as young people, the future is when we born. So there's a country with it's people's library, meaning there are people telling their stories, or people, Mr. in, what is it, a book. The person is holding the book, but is there. One of the things, I think it's an idea that our libraries, it's one of the things we'd like to see as young people. We have, what is a people library, even in South Africa. It's one of the things, and especially we are taking it, it's not industrial after all. So like if ever we could So I was asking if ever like there could be such opportunities, they can maybe open, I could say it's a statement, if ever please Department of Libraries could as well include that, have likes of like Ubudumelo who sit there and tell stories sometimes, and one of the things I feel it was not covered, like that if ever Ubudumelo can be standing there, and people go to libraries sometimes because they are depressed, they're going through that, like that would be nice. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's a question. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of hands. I'm seeing the lot. Okay, yes,
okay, let us give the people, the organizers, a chance to respond to that.
Okay.
Perhaps we can just take all the questions, all of them at once, and then we can respond to everything.
Oh, okay. Cool. 5 questions. Okay, there's a question here.
Good morning, everyone. This is Tabelo speaking. My question is directed to the author Linda Ntuli. His books, are there only electronic copies, or are there, like there's only printed copies? How do we get electronic copies? Thank you so much.
Greetings. I would like to take this opportunity first. So my question is about GEP. Because I only see social development and like sometimes I have a problem. MITA, I know what usually they tell us sorry. They don't assist the non-profit. So GEP, maybe I can assist now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we've got another on this side.
As a person also as a library myself, we deal with a lot of books, we see different kind of books. But then my question to the authors would be, what are you guys doing to get your materials into our local libraries? Because where I work, there's just different books. There's no African Writers series. There's no. So it would be really nice to have people like you to bring your materials to our libraries so that